This is the world's most expensive house, a zombie-proof fortress, and these homeowners must really hate company. Consider yourself lucky you get to see inside. When you've got more money than you know what to do with, this is the kind of house you buy at an eye-watering cost of $295 million. The One is not only the most expensive house in America, but it's also the biggest. Inside the sprawling 105,000 square foot estate, you'll find 21 bedrooms, 42 bathrooms, a 30-car garage, 5 swimming pools, floor-to-ceiling windows, a private cinema, wellness center, cigar lounge, and, last but not least, a private nightclub. There's even 4 bowling lanes if you fancy a quick game. If $295 million sounds a bit steep, keep in mind it was originally listed for $500 million. What a bargain! This floating mansion will cost you $5.5 million. Part houseboat, part luxury yacht, and all class, this mega home has some crazy inclusions. The 2-story, 4-bedroom design features over 1,300 square feet of indoor and outdoor space that's completely self-sustainable. 119 solar panels line the roof, along with every other amenity you need to make off-grid living completely possible. If the ocean gets choppy and the winds pick up, a special hydrologic technology steps in to raise the house 18 feet out of the water. Once the hurricane's passed, this floating mansion can pick a destination and be on its way. This house might look like your average Singaporean waterfront mansion, but it's hiding an underwater surprise that transforms the basement into a literal human aquarium. The 3 walls are made from an ultra-durable plexiglass that's more than strong enough to stop the thousands of gallons of water from crashing in. But for some, claustrophobia is just too much. The rest of the house is a purpose-built bachelor pad with a combination of infinity pools, UFO couches, and alfresco living areas. All the pool needs now is some fish. 9 times out of 10, trying to ride your skateboard inside the house will result in broken furniture and bones. In the skateboard house, your home is a skate ramp, and every surface is designed to be ridden. Curved walls turn the living room and kitchen into a makeshift half-pipe, while rails have been added to the inbuilt furniture for grinding and launching off of. Skating around the house takes some getting used to, but with a little practice, you'll be kick-flipping off the dining room table in no time. If you stand at just the right angle, this house disappears. It's all thanks to full-length mirrored glass panels that line all 6 surfaces of the treehouse's cubed design. Inside, you'll find an eco-friendly yet stylish decor, complete with wood flooring, LED lighting, hydroelectric power sources, and water-efficient fixtures. Despite how amazing all this sounds, it does have its downsides. Sometimes it may be a little confusing finding your own property. This house comes with its very own water park. Built on a sprawling 2.6-hectare waterfront property in Florida, this 8-bedroom mega mansion has not 1, but 2 massive water slides. But if barreling down fiberglass half-pipes into water isn't your thing, there's also a lazy river, infinity pool, waterfall, and saltwater fish tank. Say what you want about medieval architecture, but nothing is more insane than having your entire house surrounded by a moat. The Chateau Artisan is a Gothic castle placed smack bang in the middle of Miami, and with a $10.9 million tag, you gotta be really serious about protecting your home from invading Saxons. The 3-story, 8-bedroom chateau has its own private lake, sculpture garden, koi pond, and massive wrought iron gate blocking access to the tree-lined driveway. The only thing this castle's missing is a drawbridge. The Beckham Creek Cave Lodge is amazing enough to make even Batman jealous. Carved deep inside a cave in the Ozarks, the house really doesn't look like much on the outside, but take one step inside and this ex-bomb shelter turned millionaire playground is nothing short of spectacular. Featuring 5,572 square feet of pure cavernous wonder, the $2.7 million cave house also includes a fully equipped kitchen, 4 bedrooms, and enough space to sleep up to 16 people. Sure, the limestone walls drip from time to time, but it's a small price to pay for subterranean living. When buying a new home, there's a few things you have no control over: your neighbors and the weather. All that changes with the Lily Pad, an ingenious floating villa found drifting off the coast of Australia's Palm Beach. This solar-powered 2-story houseboat features a wraparound porch, fully equipped living room, bedroom, kitchen, and laddered jetty to attach a paddleboard or boat. Owners of the Lily Pad also offer boutique services for people prepared to pay the $1,300 a night price tag, including delivered chef-made meals and your very own masseuse. What's the best way to have dreams about flying? That's easy. You just live on a plane. Retired electrical engineer Bruce Campbell salvaged a decommissioned Boeing 727 and turned it into his very own private plane pad. Access is via the retractable staircase, but once you climb aboard, it feels a lot roomier than the last time you flew domestic. While Bruce kept much of the plane's original interior, he replaced the flooring with clear perspex, exposing the fuselage and internal wirings of the upcycled plane. The main cabin features a living area complete with a kitchen kitchen, futon bed, and a homemade shower next to the still-functioning airline toilets. As for the cockpit, Bruce has converted the space into his very own private cyber office. If you told me the centerpiece of your house was a giant pole, my next question would probably be about your day job. This magnificent beachfront house has an eccentric design that offers unparalleled views of the Australian coastline. Perched on top of a 130-foot support beam and featuring floor-to-ceiling glass windows, visitors can enjoy an unobstructed panorama of Victoria's Fairhaven Beach and the Pacific Ocean. Staying here isn't cheap either. The popular spot is often booked out months in advance, with visitors paying $5,000 a week stay. Where do you live when you want to reside as far away from everyone as possible? Right here on Iceland's almost deserted Etliday Island. A single white house sits on the island, making it the most remote home in the world. It's also one of the most intriguing, with rumors over who lives there circulating for decades. As always, the truth is decidedly less exciting. The two-story shack is used as a hunting lodge for enthusiasts trying to catch puffins. This futuristic home is so tough it can withstand a tropical cyclone. Hidden in Australia's Daintree rainforest in an area appropriately named Cape Tribulation, the Alkira house was built to survive anything that nature throws at it. The region is prone to brutal bushfires, savage cyclones, and localized flooding, so the owners had to think outside the box. Using a combination of cantilevered elevation, an insulated concrete shell, and passive airflow features, this house is not only virtually indestructible, but also manages to stay relatively cool in the humid Queensland climate. This one-bedroom wooden shack sits balanced on a jagged rock outcropping in the middle of the Drina River. It's been there for over 50 years, and legend has it, a bunch of kids built the odd house as a place to sunbake privately. The river's become something of a local tourist spot, with visitors from all over the world coming to visit this ramshackle house on a rock. The structure's survived over half a century of storms, flooding, and curious visitors, proving they just don't make them like they used to. This hideout carved right into a cliff face is the secret headquarters that every supervillain dreams about. Built overlooking the picturesque Montezuma Canyon, this hidden 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom HQ features over 2,100 square foot of living space, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, Wi-Fi, even Amazon delivery. It's truly meant to be an off-grid, self-sustainable habitat ready with enough provisions if the power goes out or supply chains fail. The Cliff House is the ultimate in self-sustainable privacy. This is officially the world's narrowest home. When floor space equals high rent, you gotta be creative if you want to live in your favorite location. Originally intended as an art project, the Karet House in Poland is just 36 inches at its skinniest point and actually began life as a trash-filled alley between 2 buildings. It has all the things you'd expect in a home: a bedroom, bathroom, kitchen, and living area, only on a miniature scale. The 3-story design is actually quite brilliant, if you're not claustrophobic, that is. There's a whole bunch of theories on how the world will end. For some, though, they're convinced that flesh-eating zombies will be the downfall of civilization as we know it. Architect Robert Konixny is definitely a believer of the Walking Dead theory, so much so that he designed the ultimate zombie-proof house on a Polish hillside. The position on the hill means that the majority of the house is raised a whole level off the ground, away from the desperate fingers of the undead. The only ground floor access is via one of 2 drawbridges that seal flush when the zombie herds start knocking.